I, Ms. Zareen Khan, will discuss the other part of this module, which is the cashew nut processing. To begin with, the cashew nut is native of northeast Brazil. During the 16th century, the Portuguese introduced it into India and Portuguese colonies in Africa like Mozambique. Portuguese, the erstwhile rulers of pre-independent Goa, introduced cashew into India on the Arabian Sea coast of Goa in the year 1570. Since then, cashew has adapted very well to Indian conditions. From India, cashew trees spread all over Southeast Asia. The journey of cashews in Goa began nearly 450 years ago when the Portuguese missionaries brought in the cashew plant from Brazil to prevent soil erosion in the state. In due course of time, the local population was acquainted with the edible property of this marvelous fruit. Eventually, the cashew plants grew rapidly along the western coast of India, attracting various local businesses. The old practices include, after plucking it off the tree, once the nut is separated from the cashew apple, it is left for drying for approximately 8 hours. As the shell of the cashew is still intact, it cannot be eaten. The dried cashews are then put inside a boiler. The amount of heat this machine generates can be believed only after experiencing. The shells and the nuts are separated by workers and not by machine. People separate the nuts and the shell for hours, getting their hands deeply stained. They separate it with a sharp needle-like thing where any mistake would lead to injuries to the hands. The workers, especially the women, are so adept at separating the two that their hands moved at a frantic pace and they hardly ever looked up from their task. Once the nut is separated, it goes through further processing to dry it out. After that, it is all about sorting the cashews. At the first stage, the sorting is done by machines. The whole nuts would fall in one tray, the ones broken into twos in another. Then there were two more trays, one for the nuts broken into four and the other for some that were crushed to the bits. Then came the hand sorting for the nuts that were whole. Some of it involved sorting it by color. Then the cashews were sorted by a machine one more time. The holes of the rotator were of different sizes and the machine, after picking them according to the size, drops them into different trays. Let us have a look at the processing of cashew nut. Processing of cashew nuts refers to the conversion of raw cashew nuts in shells to its blanched, graded kernel form. The process is highly labor intensive and the workforce consists mainly of women. First is the drum roasting. This is the one of the oldest and the more widely used methods. The nuts are fed into a rotating red hot drum which will ignite the shell, maintaining its temperature because of the burning of the shell liquid. The drum is kept in rotation for 3 to 4 minutes and the roasted nuts are discharged from the lower end of the drum and immediately covered by ash after sprayed with little water so as to absorb the oil on the surface. This facilitates the removal of remaining oil on the shell. Next step is the oil bath roasting. In this method, conditioned nuts are passed through CMSL bath heated by conveyor buckets for 1 to 2 minutes, during which period the shell gets heated, rupturing the wall and releasing the oil into the bath. The oil is recovered by continuous overflow arrangements. The roasted nuts are centrifuged to remove adhering oil, cooled and shelled by hand and leg operating shelling machines. The kernel is scooped out using a sharp needle. Next method is steam roasting. The raw nuts are steam cooked at about 120 to 140 lbs per square inch pressure. Shell oil can be extracted in later stages by crushing. The nuts are shelled by hand and leg operated shelling machines. Processing at orchard level. The processing of cashew in the orchard is mainly confined to removal of raw nuts from cashew apple and then drying Harvest only fully matured nuts. Usually, nuts are picked when they fall off from the tree. Best quality nuts are obtained where fresh fallen fruits are collected. The apples are removed and the nuts are sun-dried for 2 to 3 days to reduce moisture from 25% to below 9%. It is very essential to dry the nuts after harvest to prevent spoilage during subsequent storage. This helps the kernel to retain their quality, particularly the flavor. The mature nuts will sink in water while the immature or the unfilled ones will float. This test could be used to find out whether the nuts are matured or not. Next, here we have the drying process. The kernels after shelling will have moisture content of more than 6%. Drying of these kernels is necessary to prevent fungus attack during subsequent storage and also to facilitate peeling of ester. The kernels are to be dried to moisture content of about 4 to 5%. This is done by drying the kernels in hot chambers at 70 to 80 degrees in perforated trays for about 6 to 8 hours. Uniform drying could be achieved with a cross-flow dryer using forced hot air circulation through the kernel layers. In order to ensure uniform drying, the position of the trays has to be changed frequently, as scorching may occur at hotter places. Excess drying of kernels leads to kernels becoming very brittle, resulting in higher breakage. After drying, the kernels are kept in the moist chamber for 24 hours, which facilitates easy removal of ester peeling and minimizes broken kernels. The process of peeling involves the removal of testa, that is the seed coat, from the kernel. Peeling is done using a sharp knife or bamboo piece. Care has to be taken while removing the testa, and if the kernels are scorched more, it results in poor quality of kernels. Kernels are graded according to the size manually. The grading standards developed in India refer to the white whole undamaged kernels and indicate the number of kernels per lb of weight. The white whole kernels are priced according to the size. Further classification refers to broken kernels, buds, splits, pieces, small pieces, and whether kernels are white or scorched. Packaging. As far as possible, packaging material used should be eco-friendly and recyclable, and containers are hermetically sealed after filling carbon dioxide. Here are some of the references.